Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a pretty straightforward Diwali look. I just want to use one palette for eyeshadows. I don't want to get too crazy. I'm probably going to keep with everything else that I normally do. So if you guys are used to my videos, you know that I like to contour and bronze up and do all that kind of stuff. So that will be all pretty routine, but I do want to show you guys a little bit more of, I guess, an approachable look. I feel like I get a lot of questions asking about tutorials that are more approachable and everyday and more fusion. So not too heavy on like glitter or cut crease or anything like that. Just really soft and simple. Maybe if you have an extra 5-10 minutes to, spend on yourself, you can go ahead and do this. I'm also going to be using the new Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions palette. These are one of the little palettes that Huda Beauty recently came out with. They have some really, really fun colors. I'm using this one just because I wanted to keep it nice and purpley pink, soft. I feel like those are some colors that look good on a lot of skin tones. So I was actually starting my makeup already and then I was like, I should film this. So I went ahead and did just my base. I don't have anything else on underneath. It is just my foundation, which is the Clinique Even Better. This is in the color WN46, which is golden neutral. I am really, really liking this foundation at the moment. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with some concealer and I am gonna be trying out the new Huda Beauty concealer. I love the idea of this because of the tip. Look at that. It's like a cooling tip. I love that. I'm using Toasted Almond. I don't know if this is my color. We shall see. Oh, it looks like it might be like a little darker, but I don't know. I actually think this might be good. So for me, I tend to like concealer colors that are not too light. I like them to be kind of matching me kind of perfectly. Ooh, this feels so good. Like how the tip is so nicely cold. But yeah, this pretty much matches me perfectly. I could probably go a shade lighter. All right, so I do feel like Toasted Almond was a little too dark for me. Do you see how I look a little tiny orangey? So I'm actually gonna go back in with my Jouer Cosmetics. This is in Honey, just because I haven't had time to actually color myself, or what's the word called? I haven't been able to match myself, but do you see how that's lighter? I like that one better. I just need to find my color. I will say the Huda Beauty goes on really nice and soft. I love the tip, how it's like nice and metal, so it's really cooling and soothing. It's good stuff. Simultaneously, just so we can get done with this, I'm gonna go in with my Nars foundation stick. This is the Velvet Matte Foundation Stick in medium dark, number four, excuse me. So I'm just going to quickly, yet subtly, give myself some chiseledness. There we go. Okay. And I'm just gonna go back in with my beauty blender and hit my concealer. So the concealer, doing that was actually good. I think it's all personal preference. Some people will tell you to go like more than 2 shades lighter on their concealer. I tend to go maybe 1 to 2 max. So this Honey from Jouer is great for me, but some people might even go lighter, but I'm just gonna stick with what I have. And also I just use my beauty blender to blend out the foundation concealer. Both, I usually use the same one, but you can use a different one. That's because I like to make sure, again, that I'm pretty blended. And then for my contour, I'm going in with this brush from my makeup brush set. I will list it below so you guys have that. But it is one that I really like, but you could use like a beauty blender for this area too. Now I'm gonna go in and get to my brows. I'm just going in with my Daiso brow pencil. Guys, I've tried and tried to do like the different ones. I just keep coming back to this one, and I don't know if it's because I really like it for the price point. It's $1.50 and I just don't know why. I tried some other ones. The Nars one I really liked too. However, I just felt like I ran out of it so quickly, and I'm like, gosh, that's a lot of money for running out of it quickly. But I am on a mission to find some really great drugstore ones. Then we are going to set everything. I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me, and I'm taking my Laura Mercier. This is actually a cheek color brush, but don't ever pay attention to, what the brushes say they are for, because I feel like you can use them as you would. And then I like to press. This is one of my favorite things to do. I press and you push the powder in. This is going to ensure that you do not get any creasing under the eye. This is what works really well for me. And I also drag it down and up because I just want everything to be nicely blended. This is also in the color Fair Light. And then I like to just hit areas where you might see some settling. So like usually when you smile, your smile lines, and then anywhere you might get shiny. So just on the forehead and the T-zone. But I don't really dip in again for that. I just leave it like that. So there you go. Okay, now we're gonna go in with some bronzer because I like to set and kind of bring out that contour I did. So I'm going in with my fave, Milani Cosmetics. And this is with my Revlon powder brush, you guys. Revlon is coming out with some new brushes. Hands down, some of my favorite drugstore brushes, FYI. FYI. Okay, so this kind of, the idea is like, for me, just like how I put concealer on and I set that, I wanna set my contour because I used cream contour. Now, if I were in a rush, this would suffice as just my contour and bronzer because it's really pretty, and I just love the way it kind of just makes you glow. You see that? It just brings it to life. Now, if you don't like being more sun-kissed or bronzy, you could obviously skip this step, or you could just take a lighter hand of this and just like take a very, you could almost take like this brush and just contour wherever you want it. But I always tell people that feel like they can't contour, just use powder. Don't use cream. I just love cream because I feel like it really defines my face a little bit. Okay, I'm going in with the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten. This is in Tropic Hues, one of my favorites right now, which is reminding me I need to do another installment of my drugstore dupes because this is very similar to the Milani Cosmetics Baked Blush in Luminoso, but I just haven't got to it yet. You know what I mean? Problems. I got probs. Okay. I just love this blush because it has like a natural highlight in it. So if you wanted to not use highlighter, you wouldn't have to because it's just really pretty. At this point, I'm gonna go and set my face or kind of bring back some luminosity to it because I do have dry skin. I'm going in with the DHC Collagen Mist. Loving this stuff lately. I actually have some amazing cotton silk pads from them. I did do an updated nightly routine. I promise that's coming, but it has some of that with this. It has that in there as well. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it, but it's good. I give myself a really nice spritz in between my highlighter and after I kind of powder my face down with bronzer and blush and setting powder, just because I want to bring back all that dewiness. Like that to me is my jam, okay? All right, so I'm gonna take the Jouer highlighter in Rose Gold. This is stunning. I just love this. It's so pretty, I can't. Okay, so I just take a little bit and then I'm gonna just pat that on to, do you see that? Look at that. Look at that. Hey girl, hey. It's not overbearing. I feel like sometimes highlighters, when you put them on, they can be a little too intense and then you're like, well, you walk outside and you're like, it's like streak. It's just really pretty. And obviously, you know, less is more, build up before you just kind of go at it, because highlight can be a little intense at times. But I just love that. That to me is just, it's a really solid, simple base. Okay, so we're done with the base. Now we're moving on to the eyes, and we're going in with the Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions. So it's nice purpley pinks, okay? And again, I want to do something where we're going to be able to work with just one palette and also just work with simple colors. I don't want to do anything crazy. So let's see. To highlight the brow bone, I'm going to go in with this. Usually I like to go in with a matte for the brow, just like a nice white matte. But since I don't have that, because this doesn't have a matte, I'm just going to take the highlight color and do it just on the high points of the brow bone. There we go. It has a little bit of pink in it, but that's okay because we're going for a pinky look. You know, it's a Diwali festival of colors look, so we're okay. Although I will say the only thing is I would just prefer to have like one solid matte color in here. And I said I was only going to use one palette, but I just feel like I need to have that solid. So I'm going to go with the Norvina right here, but any solid base, oh, it's called base. Any solid like white or neutral base would do. I just want to kind of like prime the lid because I don't really put on primer on my eyelids. If you need it, you can use concealer. I really love the MAC corrector palette in medium dark. It's one of my favorites. So if you need it, you can obviously just put your foundation concealer over that. But I just feel like I need that kind of base, you know? So I lied to you. I said I was only gonna use one palette, which I still am, but I just needed that. I'm taking my Morphe M433 brush, which is one of my favorites for blending out. And let's go in with this really soft pinky right there. These are pretty similar, but I'm gonna go in with, no, actually let's go muted. Let's go that one, okay. I'm gonna do that one. And I'm just going to use this to carve out my crease, almost like a little transition color. Usually for transition colors, I like to keep it very neutral, like almost like a brown, but there's no brown in here, so that's okay. But I also like to keep it matte. I don't like using, you know, really glittery colors or shimmery colors for transitions. And when I say transition, what that basically means is I'm almost just setting up my eyelid and carving out where I would want to work. So it just kind of carves out, instead of just being a base, I'm giving it some dimension so I know where to put other colors. So I usually, where you want to do it is like right at the top of your crease, like where it hollows out and separates the lid from the top. That's kind of where you want to do your transition color. And it's just going to start showing you like where you can start putting some other colors. Okay, then we're just gonna go in with a pencil brush. This one is my Morphe M506 brush. So you see it's like has like a little bit, it's not, I like this kind of brush right here for when I'm doing the outer corners, because I feel like it just gives you the precision you need, but it's not an actual pencil brush in that you're not gonna get too much pigment right away. It softens it a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna take this color, let's see, this color right here. We're gonna dip her in there. And this is my first time playing with this palette, so I am literally going with the flow. But ooh, this is really pretty. So I'm just building out my crease right there. And then I'm going on the inside right here too. Usually when I play with colors, this is my big rule of thumb. I do a transition and then I do like a darker color on the outside, outer corner and inner corner. And then I save that little spot in the middle for a little bit of shimmer or another color. That's pretty much how I play with new colors. And then if you want, like I'm gonna take this color right here too, and I'm just gonna build this out on the outer corner. It's just like a nice dark, deep mahogany. I'm just gonna play with that a little bit too. If you're not comfortable doing this, you know, I always go back in with my original blending brush or crease brush and we'll blend everything out to make sure it's nice and blended. Okay, so again, that mahogany color on the outside. And this is such a pretty burgundy color. Like it would look so good, almost like a liner too, you know? Okay, I'm just going to take the crease brush again and kind of soften all of those harsh edges if there are any. And you know, girls, the way I work is fast. That's the way I can say it. I'm not like too much on precision. I'm all about kind of getting the look I want, but you don't need to, I don't like sitting there and being like, you know, it's just like, let's go. We got this. We got this. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be cute. We'll make it happen. And then for that little center part, I'm just gonna take this right here, this color. It's so pretty. These both look gorgeous, but this one's a little bit more of like an iridescent. It's actually reminiscent. It's such a pretty color. It's very reminiscent of the Desert Dust palette. There's a color like that in there, but I'm gonna take this beautiful like foily metal. Ooh, whoa, wow, pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. That is pretty. Okay. And I'm just gonna, I like using my finger for this because it just gets the pigment really nicely spread out. And I feel like your finger is like the best tool to just put it there. Look at that. I love that. I like it. I'm happy. All right, now we're just gonna move on to mascara and eyeliner. I'm using, I always curl my lashes first, even if I haven't done eyeliner yet. Mainly I'm just gonna go in and tightline. This is with my Marc Jacobs Highliner pen. and this is in Blacker. Tight lining, I always tell people one of my biggest tips is if you're gonna tight line, because people have some issues with it, tight line with one that is like a mechanical pencil, not mechanical, but like the twist up one versus a retractable. What is wrong with me? Versus using one that you have to sharpen. Whenever you use a sharpening pencil for the waterline or for the tight lining, that's when I feel like it gets really irritated because the wood chips can fall into your eyes, and then you're just like, ah, then it's just miserable. Then your day is just ruined because you have wood chips in your eye, and then you're like, what? Okay, so tight line with this, and I'm just taking the black pen. I'm not going to go all the way across. I'm just going on the outer corner on the bottom. And there you go. And then you'll see we're gonna smoke out the bottom after. I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild, still one of my faves, liner. And we're just gonna, there we go. Let me just go ahead and do her real quick. I must say I like this shadow a lot. It's really pretty. These colors are gorgeous. No fallout. I will say with her first palette, the rose gold palette, I felt like I would get so much fallout, and also I felt that the metallics were not as pigmented. Like I had to work at it to get to them. However, they were beautiful colors, so I still actually love that palette. But then when the Rose Gold Remastered came out, that's one of my favorites. I do have the nude one, the nudie one, and I need to just open it and test it out, which I will be doing very soon. Okay, so there we go. I'm not huge on like crazy wings for myself. I don't know why, they just don't look that fantastic on me. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, this is more like a pencil brush. See this one? This is Morphe, also Y22. As you can see, I like my Morphe brushes. They're really good. They're inexpensive. They're the same prices that you can find for the drugstore, but they're at Morphe, so they're good. I think they are sold at Ulta too, but they have a Morphe store as well all around. Okay, so this, I'm just gonna take like this darker color right here, and this is where you can kind of play. Like if we haven't tried this purple yet, so I'm gonna try that too. I'm going to smoke out my bottom line, and I just wanna use a color that's going to stand out a little bit, but like let's say, this is where I like to play with color. So let's say you really want to incorporate like some blues or greens, and you're just like, I don't want to wear blue eyeshadow. This is where you would do that. Just kind of take a little shadow and mix it in there, or even with some mascara. I just feel like that's where it gets really fun to play with. And I love this color that's coming out right now, because basically I'm doing like a purple, a deeper purple than the purple I had. Like here it's a little bit more pinky purple, and on the bottom it's more like purple, dark purple. And what I'm gonna do is take the same brush, and I am gonna go in with this more metallic-y color right here, and you'll see it has like more of that iridescence to it, but it's a beautiful iridescence. I'm just gonna put that in the center, I mean in the inner corners, and kind of drag that out just a little bit. But you know, there's so much with this palette. It's really pretty. There you go. I'm gonna go in with my Thrive Cosmetics. I love this mascara. It's one of my favorites right now. And I just feel like it makes a huge difference with it on. And we're gonna hit the bottom as well. For my bottom mascara, I don't know why, I always use this one. It's a little bit more precise. I love the applicator. This is the Lash Expert Twist from By Terry. And it's just one of those things, I feel like my bottom lashes can sometimes get really long, and so to ensure they don't get all over my under eye, I use this. You could even just use a precision tip from like a different bottle if you have one, and use whatever mascara. I just find that this one does a really good job of not flaking. It's actually a big reason I stopped using my Kush mascara. I loved that mascara. It was so good, and then all of a sudden I just noticed it was constantly flaking on me, and I was like, what is going on? So I stopped using it on my bottom lashes, but then I noticed it was still doing the same thing. So my trick for bottom mascara, I used to always not do it because I just felt like it would always smear, is I just go over it with a little spoolie like this, and just brush it out so that way it doesn't get in the way of your under eye situation. Okay, now we're pretty much done. We're gonna do some lippies, and for the lippies, oh, and I'm gonna put on some lashes, so stand by. We're gonna use Baddington lashes. These look really pretty to me and not too, I've already worn them, so that's why they look like off kilter. Let's just do a little quickie lash toot, shall we? People always ask like how you put your lashes on. So what I do is I put some glue on. This is the Duo glue in clear or white. I just prefer this one over the black. And then I let it dry. You gotta let it dry. That's probably the biggest key. Gotta let it dry for like 10-15 seconds. That's going to just make it, I feel like, less irritable. You know, it doesn't irritate your eyes when you do it this way. So let it dry, let it get tacky, and then we put it on. And what I like to do is, I've already sized this to my eye, but basically I like to put it in the center and then pull in the front and then pull to the side, and then you can push it in with your fingers or with the tweezers that you have. But that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna go back in and just further smoke out that eye. At this point, this is when you can kind of step back and be like, do I need anything else? I don't think I do. Okay, I'm gonna spray myself one more time. Perfect. And then I am going to go in with some lippies. Now, lipstick. Let's see what we should do, shall we? For my lips, I'm gonna keep it pretty neutral just because my eyes are pretty dramatic. I'm going in with Bombshell from Huda Beauty. It's a nice, like, just pinky nude. There we go. And then I'm gonna go in with, this is one of my favorite nudes ever, Safe Word. It's the Comfort Map from Urban Decay. And it's a really soft, it's pretty soft neutral. And if you guys have not gathered already, because I'm putting on so many, I do like to layer my lipsticks. It's something I just do. And then Becca Glow Gloss, and this is in, of course, I don't know because it has been taken off. I'm pretty sure it is taken off of here. I will find out. It's either rose quartz or it's, it doesn't look like rose quartz though. I forgot the name of this one, but it's a really pretty pink. Here we go. I'm gonna find the name out for this one. And that's about it. Guys, this is the makeup. All right, now we're moving on to hair. I'm going to do a very, I think, modern version of Old Hollywood Waves. And I'm not using pin curls or anything because, again, I want this to be something quick and easy that everyone can do. So all you're going to do is part your hair like on the deep side that you want it. Okay. And you can go in and spray a little bit of volume spray. I'm using the VIP spray from Kerastase just to give myself some volume before we start. This is volume and powder. And then all you're going to do is take, I like to take a 1 1/4 inch iron because the larger the iron or the larger the barrel, the more like soft waves you're gonna get. So I'm curling away from my hair. Normally with pin curls or Old Hollywood Waves, I would curl under and inside, but I'm just trying something different. So we're gonna see how it goes. And then if you need it, you can spray with light hold hairspray. And don't do firm hold because you want soft movable waves. So we're just gonna do that all the way around. And you can see it looks like my hair is definitely, you know, curly. They're not waves right now, but that's because we're going to let that sit and then we'll brush it out after. Okay. Don't worry if the curl is not like this curly because we really just want smooth body with waves. We don't really care for curls. Just gonna do the same thing on this side. And again, curling away from my face, whereas normally I would go under, but I'm trying this out. And for the fronts, I would say just give it a little more time because that's where the body and wave really matter. And also hold it vertically. This will help you get more waves and not curls. Now that all the hair is curled, you're just gonna take a brush. I like to take one that has more of the bristles, like the soft bristles, but you can use whatever you have. And you're just gonna lightly brush out, and you'll see you get like that nice kind of S curl. Before I move on, because my hair can be dry and frizzy, I'm going to take some like elixir. This is from Kerastase. You can take any oil spray or anything like that you have, just a little bit. I like to spray in my hands and then run it through your hair for that really optimal shine. I'm just gonna finish this side first. We don't want it to be curly. We just want to have nice body in our hair. So don't worry if like you don't see curls everywhere. We don't need that, okay? Then I'm just going to take this front part and we're going to lightly tease. There we go. And I like to kind of just keep my finger there. Okay. So you kind of get that old Hollywood look. And you don't have to go that crazy if you don't want to. And then I'm going to just tease a little bit here. If you don't need this step, then don't do this. Take a little bit of this hairspray and just make sure, like any baby hairs you have, anything you need smoothed out, just kind of spray that down a little bit. Keep everything in place by spraying one last time. And then take some spray. And this is the part we want to kind of really bring home that old Hollywood. You can just tuck it behind your ear and pin it behind my ear. You can do like a crisscross method, but that is it. That is it, you guys. Just spray down one more time to make sure it's nice and secure, and you're good to go. All right, you guys, so this is pretty much the final look. Actually, it is the final look. It's not pretty much, it is the final look. I just added a few accessories. These are from Goenka Jewels, which I will be linking below. I also have a promo code for 15% off, and they ship internationally for free. So be sure to check that out, as well as all the other products I used today. I hope you guys found this tutorial useful. I haven't done a look in a while, and I kind of combined the hair and makeup. Really wanted it to just be a one-stop shop. So you guys, I love you so much. You know the drill. Please like, share, subscribe. And if there's anything else you want to see from me, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And that's about it. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Mwah.